something that I was going to say was better than ever.
Better than ever is our
paying
ability.
bills is better than ever because you don't have to do anything.
Better than ever.
Is it better than ever?
It's better than ever because
I'm like, I'm gonna make everything better. It's gonna be
Absolutely
awesome.
is better than it's ever
Never.
been.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. Like we're gonna be thankful
Better
for
than ever.
things.
Even if you
better
use
than ever, so let's stay focused.
Yeah,
on
better than ever.
Well, you ready? Let's go. I'm excited about this one. Yeah. We were. I was thinking about this, and we were in a life group, and we are in a life group, and we talked about chainsaws so much that I was like, maybe we should. We're gonna have to call in some elders and have a chainsaw tractor intervention.
It's just like the coolest tool.
I know.
Did I tell you Richard tested chainsaw chaps the other day on accident?
Oh, ooh, no.
Yeah.
Did they work?
They worked flawlessly.
Oh golly.
It's got like little fibers of like Kevlar.
Yeah.
And it stopped the chain immediately. It barely broke the fabric.
Really?
But it yanked out a bunch of that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
He was not as upset about it as he should have been. I would have had to go change my pants.
Oh, he was like, oh, this is fine.
He's like, hey, these things work. I'm like, yeah, we could have been going to the ER had you not been wearing them.
Like where on top of his quad?
Yeah.
Golly. I mean, I guess that's better than on the inside of your quad.
Right.
But still, dang, that's scary.
But they work. So wear your chaps.
That's good. Yeah. Very, very good. Do you call them shaps?
Chaps.
Chaps?
Yeah. I don't know the correct pronunciation.
I feel like it's
not an SH. Maybe
ropes and chaps. It's cowboy hats. It's the Spurs on the light of gold.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's chaps.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Well, all right, Matt Ellis, welcome.
Hey,
We're
thanks.
doing this. We're in a little bit different setup, so I'm feeling kind of weird, but it's going to be great. So we're talking about music, and we're talking about lessons, and I am infinitely fascinated with AI. And so we're going to get over to AI, but what we're going to do first is just talk about lessons and think about like your perspective on how we got here. And what's interesting about, how old are you? You're 45. So at least a third of the way through your life.
Let's hope so.
And what I like about that is that you've seen some stuff. You've been doing this for decades. And so tell me about maybe like 20 years ago. When did you start teaching guitar?
About 20 years ago.
Okay. All right. So what was that like, maybe different than from today?
So YouTube was still kind of in its infancy.
Yeah.
And you could watch videos. They were very grainy.
Yeah.
And you were watching them on some kind of crummy dial-up connection.
Yeah.
So most of the content that we used in a lesson did not come from the internet.
Yeah.
I would teach a lesson and say, what song do you want to learn? And they would bring a CD.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Which is very similar to how I learned. I would go to my lesson and take a cassette tape.
Yeah.
And my teacher would listen to it, pick the song out by ear, and teach it to me.
Yeah.
And so that's how I started.
Which I would argue that it's almost easier cassette because you can push play and then rewind and play and rewind.
Yeah.
But as on a
you're
CD,
not scrubbing with hold down that's very cumbersome.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you're bringing in CDs. They're bringing in CDs.
Yep.
Okay.
And then I was basically doing what my teachers did. I'd pick a song out by ear and then teach it to my students. Now this is kind of an interesting thing. Because the internet was still pretty young, there's a website, Ultimate Guitar, that any guitarist knows about.
Yeah, of course.
It was in its infancy as well.
Yeah.
And so reading tabs was not super mainstream.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
When did you start playing guitar?
I mean, I was 15 or 16, something like that.
Yeah.
30 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, you're right. It wasn't. You had to mindfully okay, what is this?
Yes, or you would go to a music store and buy and I've got books like Travis Tritt's Greatest Hits and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then you trained your ear to pick something out by ear, but there wasn't this huge catalog of tabs.
Yeah.
And so even the way that I notated lessons back then has changed to today because tabs kind of rule how you learn the guitar.
Yeah.
It's like chord diagrams and tabs, and
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah.
But we didn't read a lot of tabs 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Not like we do today.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It seems like, I guess this is still around, but there were lots of bad chord charts.
Oh man,
They're just plain wrong.
and I think that's one of the reasons why I have a job.
Yes.
Is because, students will come to me and they're like, hey, I looked this song up and I tried to play along with it and it just didn't sound right.
Yeah.
And that's part of the downfall to, Ultimate Guitar is kind of akin to Wikipedia in that just anyone can say, well, this is the chart for this song.
Yeah.
And a lot of times in the comments, they'll say, hey, thanks for checking this out. This is my first tab. And I'm like, you do not need to be putting tabs out for the world.
Yes.
Don't
do this.
So,
Right.
So yeah, it's there's a lot of wrong information.
Yeah.
And I would say it's not like if I look at a tab on Ultimate Guitar or a chord chart, most of the time they're 90% correct.
Yeah.
Or between 70 and 90,
Okay.
I would say.
Yeah.
But that's just not good enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially now. Like
Yeah.
it's just so easy to knock it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And I used to be more in shape than I was. And as far as just when I was playing all the time, you can listen. You just listen and you're like, there's a 1, 4,
Yeah.
5, 6 or whatever.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Okay. So then YouTube comes along and people start posting things on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And is it correct? Like, is what they're playing right?
A lot of it is. There's a lot of really good virtuosos that will cover stuff.
Yeah.
And they'll have tabs, like it's very common to have a guitar video with tabs scrolling underneath.
Yeah.
But like nobody's posting easy stuff. So it's not accessible for the beginner.
Right.
And that's
This is 100 years ago, but I think back to, for example, Caedmon's Call.
Mm-hmm.
And the genius of Caedmon's Call was that it was all easy.
Yes.
And one of the bad things about as you get more advanced in whatever in guitar, you start playing more advanced things, but then you leave people behind.
Sure.
So then if you can mindfully invent things that are easy,
Yeah.
it's genius.
Yeah.
Because then you bring everybody into it.
Yeah.
There's a couple John Mayer songs. I was like, I want to learn to play that. And I looked at it, I was like, nope.
Yeah.
I don't have time for that.
He has one tab that's like, you have to have really large fingers to play this.
Really?
Like
Yeah.
he wrote that at the top. And it's like,
Wow.
I mean, I have average size hands. There's
Yeah.
stuff that he plays I can't reach it.
Wow.
So
That's crazy. It's pretty cool. So people they're posting on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
They're starting on YouTube. Yep. We can compare and contrast this to Van Halen. Because the story, I don't know if this is true or not, you can probably speak to this, but the story with Van Halen was that Eddie Van Halen started, like he would do his solos and he got so private about it that he would like turn his back on the audience when he would do a solo so
Mhm.
people wouldn't copy it. Have you heard this story before?
I haven't heard that.
I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. But this whole arc of all of this stuff speaks to that element because it used to be a secret.
Mm-hmm.
All of this used to be a secret,
Yeah.
and now it's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
None of it is a secret.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to have you on too, because college used to be a secret.
Yeah.
What happened in the college classroom was a secret because not a secret, but I was the expert and you had to pay money to come and see me
Yeah.
for my secret knowledge.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like that with guitar.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah. And now it's any song that you want to play, there's a video of someone showing you how to play it.
Yeah. So much so that like you play at church
Yep.
and that song is on your part and your instrument and that song is literally on there.
Yes.
Like it's on YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's videos, like split screen with two guitars, and it's like, well, this is what guitar 1 is playing.
Yeah.
This is guitar 2, and they're, they may be panned left and right, so you can like listen to, well, I'm guitar 1 this week, so I need to learn this part.
Yeah.
And Joseph is guitar 2, so you learn the right ear. You know?
Do we do that? I don't know if we do that.
I don't.
No. we just go.
I don't have time for that.
Yeah, you don't have time for that. We just.
Well,
go.
my thought is, that's already been played.
Yeah.
So play something new.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty good. Is that you dinging?
No, my phone is on airplane mode.
Who's dinging? Is this my?
I don't know.
I don't know. There's an entity in here. All right. So you would think, one of the reasons I want to have you on is you would think that when YouTube first arrived, many people thought guitar teachers would become obsolete.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't happen.
For about 3 seconds, had that fear.
Yeah.
And then I realized, watch a video, an instructional video, and it's like I can get close, but then it's like I don't have somebody in the video that's going to say, hey, move your finger up. Just like touch my finger and move it closer to the fret.
Yeah.
And I would play something or bend a note, and it's like, that's a whole step bend. And you're bending not quite a whole step. You got to bend to right here, And so like there's this nuance of having someone in the room that can reach over and like touch your finger and say, no, move up here a little bit.
Yeah.
Or it was quickly, there's a lot of good stuff on YouTube to learn.
Yeah.
It's really, really challenging for a beginner to learn on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Especially if they just take off. And they're like, here it is, and here's the scale, and all this. Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you're hoping that whoever you're learning from on YouTube is not teaching you bad habits.
Yeah. Yeah, that is true. That's very true. I've noticed that if it's music or Airbnb design or almost anything, simplicity is very difficult.
Mm-hmm.
That and especially with art, like watercolors or whatever, you see this video and you're like, oh, I can do that. And then you try, you're like, oh no, this is so hard.
Yeah.
Somebody said of experts that experts know what to ignore. And so there's 10,000 things and you're like, no. Especially when you're on stage. And you got your ears, you got your monitor, you got the MD, you got all this stuff going on. You're like, you know what to pay attention to when.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I really think it's like a trainer at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're the trainer and they meet with you because they want to train. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I can, in a lesson, I can catch a bad habit in the moment before it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And, if you if you're doing squats and you're watching a video doing it and you don't have like a bunch of mirrors to analyze your form and you do it for 3 weeks and then you go to a trainer, they're gonna be like, hey, you're doing this wrong.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna injure yourself over time.
Yep.
And whereas if someone sits down next to me, I can say, look, I'm just going to tell you, you need to hold your pick between your thumb and your index finger.
Yeah.
You're going to want to hold it between your thumb, middle, and index.
Ooh.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's going to cripple you in the long run.
Yeah, for sure.
That's a classic example of like just not being told. So like everybody does that because they're afraid they're going to drop the pick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But if you look in every book, it's thumb, index finger.
Yeah, it's true.
So
I strum mostly with my hand open too.
Yeah.
So
just
like,
Well, and if you ever do any kind of hybrid picking where you're using a pick and your fingers.
Yeah.
If you're using your middle finger, you're handicapped.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Can't even use that finger.
Yeah.
So that's a great example of catching a bad habit before it becomes muscle memory.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I see some guys sometimes and I'm like, we don't do that. I think you can comment on this, but I think that you should be able to play a whole set without being tired because you're using your wrist.
Oh yeah.
So if guys are using their whole arm,
Yes.
then their
yeah.
tricep and bicep is tired.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I talk about that a lot. And I mean, I could teach a lesson right here, but yeah, using your strumming hand. Number one, you limit yourself on speed.
Yeah, for sure.
Depending on your bicep.
Oh, yeah.
And so, yeah, you'll just wear yourself out.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for sure. So people have all the information, but are they changing?
Well, people have Apple Watches and Fitbits and all this stuff to tell them how active they're being.
Yeah.
How's the obesity rate and fitness level in America?
Yes, yeah. It's probably not rising.
We got a lot of information in that.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's making the people that were already aware more aware of the information.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's changing things.
Yeah.
And you can have all the information in the world, and YouTube, there's just infinite amount of lessons. But there's something different about going to a place, showing up, having the accountability of another person in the room that's waiting on you. And I think there's something special in a personal human interaction with another human being.
There's accountability to it for sure. Yeah. And that's the difference probably between Duolingo and immersion, like going to Mexico versus learning Spanish. Yeah, for sure. I love painting. I'm going to talk about painting in a second, but I love painting and I love watching painting. But if I'm not careful, my brain equates that into like you're painting, and that's not true.
Right.
Like I'm not doing the thing, and I don't actually know how to do the thing till I do the thing, and I got to do the thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Now you can practice in your head.
Yes. Yeah.
Like this is classic. Going to church on Sunday morning, I'm playing electric guitar. Yeah. And I'm like, oh crud. There's an intro to this song. Yeah. That is electric guitar, and I have not learned it. Yeah. And so I'll just listen to it in the car. And if you've been doing something long enough, like been playing guitar for 35 years, I can like kind of hear where that is on the neck. Yeah. Kind of figure out what scale pattern he's using. Yeah. And almost like kind of practice in my head. Yeah. And then when I get there, I plug in, I'm like, that was mostly right, but it's actually, it's close. But I can get pretty close to kind of prepare myself for actually doing it. Yeah. But it is totally different to pick up the guitar and do it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. What students are like these students, this kind of student is going to make it and this kind of student is not going to make it, or whatever making it is. I don't know.
I mean, do you mean like becoming famous?
No, not necessarily that, but just proficient.
Oh,
like these guys are good. This kind of person they're going to keep playing guitar, and this kind of person's going to stop.
I mean, it was pretty clear because it was like the kids that are addicted to video games, they're not going to make it. Yeah. Because given the choice, they're going to pick up a controller over their guitar.
Yeah, for sure.
Now I would add to video games, Instagram, social media, all that stuff. Yeah. Kids that are addicted to that, they're going to struggle to do something that takes work, like practice guitar, over mindless activity. Yeah. So that's a big, and I say kids, and I mean everyone, because it's not just kids anymore. You know, you go to an airport, every age is head down on their phone.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, it's the people that are willing to put things down and practice. Yeah. That's the deciding factor. Yeah, yeah. It's so simple, but it's so difficult to do. Yeah. And I tell my students, I had an advantage and a disadvantage over you. Number one, I learned to play guitar before YouTube. Mm-hmm. It was me and a cassette deck in my room and pushing the rewind, squeaking it back to rewind. And,
Yeah.
I remember doing that in 7th grade with Soul to Squeeze by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, gosh.
Learned
Yeah.
that intro. And like, I had not been playing that long, but I like 2 hours, I learned that intro in a day.
Yeah.
And it was like just grueling, but I had nothing was dinging to take away my attention.
Yeah.
I was 13 or 14. And so like, I wasn't watching after school cartoons anymore,
Yeah.
but I didn't have the internet to go get on, or if I did, it was like,
Text based.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Doing some DOS commands.
Yes.
and-
DOS prompt.
Yep. So like, I had the advantage of learning before all of the distractions that we have today.
Yeah.
The disadvantage was I didn't have any of the information.
Mm-hmm.
If I wanted a piece of sheet music, I had to go down to the music store,
Yeah.
order it because
Yeah.
they generally didn't have it,
Yes.
and then go pick it up a week later, and it was like $8.
Dang. Yeah.
So we talk about subscriptions today like it's crazy. It's like if you wanted one piece of music, it was $8 or $10.
Yeah. That's crazy. It's
So
awesome.
I learned to pick songs out by ear
Yeah.
just for the economics of it.
Yeah. You want to save the
Yeah.
the money for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. 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 I my advice when I talk to guitar players, it's like, don't ever put your guitar up. Just have it out.
Yeah, you got to have one out.
Like have it out or have it hanging up so you can just grab it and you just pick it. Even 5 minutes,
Yeah.
it'll make a difference for sure.
Yeah.
Yep. It's embarrassing, but my calluses are not what they used to be.
Oh man.
Yeah. But you're playing all the time.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm playing tonight, and by the end of the rehearsal and set, it'll be not pretty.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll get there, but it'll hurt some. But
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So people aren't. I'm not sure that they're doing the things. And what we're talking about. We're starting to. Let's transition to AI.
Okay.
And songwriting, and what else do you have to add to all the lesson stuff, all the
Yeah,
YouTube
I
stuff?
think that pretty well covers it.
Yeah. So when you think about AI, I'm fascinated by it. I'm frustrated, and Krista always asks me, like, do you love this or not love this? Do you love this or hate this? I'm like, yes, both
Yeah.
at the same time. Like, I'm fascinated by it, and I'm freaked out by it at the same
Yeah.
time. And last August, I think I'm going to post it on my socials, but I had all these lyrics, and I didn't want to sit down and come up with a hook and, sit down with a microphone and come up with all the chords and everything. So I had all the lyrics, and I dropped it into Suno, and then I have a song.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yep.
And so that's happening. And you've taught a songwriting class, so
Mm-hmm.
you can talk about how that went
Mm-hmm.
because we have AI now. So how'd that go?
Well, number one, I told them that if they used AI, and I found out that I was going to fail them for the class.
Okay.
So, if that gives you any indication as to how I feel about it.
Yeah. So even if they turned in something that was bad, that was preferable over.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, as a musician, you are an artist.
Yeah.
And historically, all artists, musicians, painters, they produced something physically that took effort.
Yeah.
And there were people that were patrons
Yeah.
that appreciated the fact that this person, for whatever reason, has a dose of talent in this area
Yeah.
that not everybody has.
Yeah.
And so that's valuable.
Yeah. For sure.
And so and you had patrons of the arts that kind of funded these artists, and man, it's a slippery slope. Okay. So if you really want to talk about AI, you got to go all the way back to, I can tune a guitar with a A440 tuning fork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So, Yeah, and you use your ear,
Yeah.
and you tune. You can hear the sound waves, and you
Yeah.
can tune the whole guitar from that one pitch.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we started using AI when we had tuners that would tell you what the note was without you having to
Yeah.
find it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been around.
Yeah.
I mean, artificial intelligence is using some type of computing power to do something that we used to do
Yeah.
before.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So, but do I use a tuner? Yeah. But do I know how to use a tuning fork? Sure.
Yeah, yeah. But like if you're in the middle of a set and you got a capo or something's out of tune, like you just turn it on really quick. And
I
tune
can't
it
be
up.
like,
It's
hey,
great.
y'all, hold on.
I
I
know.
gotta hit my fork and
I know, that's right.
I need quiet.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think, and I'm really passionate about this, that you don't know what is in you. You don't know the artistry in you until you've done like the 50th song.
Yeah.
And you've got to mine that out of there. You've got to find it.
Yeah.
And you make it up. And so just to do AI, like that process is not there at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You will, I mean, we've kind of farmed out memorizing phone numbers.
Yeah.
And, used to, I can remember my childhood phone number.
Yeah.
And my grandparents, I can remember their phone number. You know, there's
awesome.
like a handful of numbers I can remember, but
Yeah.
we've farmed that out.
Oh, yeah.
And so like we haven't used that part of our brain.
Yeah.
And so if we continue to do that, there's going to be parts of our brains that atrophy.
Yeah.
And if you believe in like, some type of evolutionary like changes, like are those things going to go away?
Yeah.
You know?
Even just maybe not evolution, but even if you just adaptation.
Yeah.
We're going to adapt out of that.
Yeah, right. That's what I mean.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That's scary. Well, like the part of your brain that is the GPS part of your brain that people just don't know which direction they're even going.
Right.
What direction is north or
You give somebody cardinal directions
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, I got to get in my car to see what direction it's pointed.
my wife's grandma used to always say like, yeah, toward the south side of the house. And I was just like, oh gosh, what?
Yeah.
Wait, which? Okay. All right. And it's in the panhandle. It's really, really straightforward, but so you don't know what's going to work, what you're going to like, what you're going to dislike until you just start doing it.
Yeah.
And you may find something that is really valuable, that's really rare, that you had no idea was even there.
Right.
Yeah, there's a book called Designing Your Life. I don't know if you've heard of this or whatever, but they're just talking about there are two graphic design professors who started teaching like a career course. And they talk about prototyping and they talk about, failing quickly.
Yeah.
And like what doesn't work, what you like, what you don't like. So
Yeah.
it's pretty good. The other part that I want to talk about is like people don't fail very much.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
At the gym, people won't push to failure because it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah.
And so with practice, do you need to fail?
Yes. And, I have students that are totally happy to fail in the middle of practice. And I have students that will clam up and like stop.
Really?
Yeah.
They just don't want to.
And I'm like, I don't know in what universe you think that like when you're learning it has to be perfect.
Yeah.
Like in learning, you're going to do it wrong 100 times before you do it right.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But if you only stick to the chords and the stuff you never
you're
really
gonna
fail.
stagnate.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think there's another element at work. And have you heard of this book? I just got it and I read some pages yesterday. The Creative Act, A Way of Being. It's by Rick Rubin. He's like a famous producer, music producer kind of guy. And there's this thing going on where you almost have to be, like social media, you have to be world class at it to do it.
Yeah.
And I really think there's so many things people should be doing that is just for fun, just because they enjoy doing it.
Yep.
Yeah. So when you have a student, there's probably a wide array of what they want from the lesson. So talk about that. Like when somebody comes in, what do they want?
I mean, the first thing I ask them is like, well, what made you want to learn the guitar? Like, what was the inspirational motivation behind it? And of course, a lot of them are like, I don't know. I just wanted to play. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So like one of the things I have them do at their first lesson or between lesson 1 and lesson 2 is make me a list of songs and artists that you like, that you think when you hear it, like, I want to learn to play like that.
Yeah.
You know? And that, because that gives them the, number one, it tells me what style they like.
Yeah.
And then it gives some, okay, this is some motivation. This person wants to be like Jimi Hendrix or, you know.
Yeah. Do they want to play solos? They want to play electric, acoustic?
Yeah.
What does that look like?
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it. I highlighted this part. And it just spoke to AI and making music and the craft, but this is part of that Rick Rubin book. But it says popular success is a poor barometer of work and worth. In order for a work to connect commercially, stars must align, and none of them relate to how good the project is. It must be the timing, the distribution mechanism, the mood of the culture, or a connection to current events. But he says it's not uncommon to long for our outward success, hopeful it will fill a void inside ourselves. So there's like if you make it, then your craft is worth it. But I think like I said earlier, I think there's things that we should be doing even if it's just for us.
Yeah, because of, you know, people will they'll avoid it because they're just not professional enough. They're not good enough at it. And so that fear of, well, I don't want someone to see me like as a kind of a scrub, just learning, you know?
Yeah.
And man, that's part of it.
Yeah. And I think as somebody who's played for a long time, when you see somebody learning, like there's still magic to that. They're still in the beginning stages. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
I had this girl play one little riff and her mom was in the room.
Yeah.
And she's like, I can't play it. It's too fast. And I was like, well, you don't have to play it. We're just going to go through this part of the song. You play the chords.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to the next part that she can play.
Yeah.
And we got to this little part and she played it and it was like perfectly. And I stopped and her mom was like, holy cow. And I was like, holy cow. And she stopped, like we all three stopped. And I was like, see, all you got to do is do it one time.
Yeah.
Because that shows like, I can do this.
I can do this. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. There's this other thing going on with AI, and it's in the classroom for sure. But I'm trying to tell my students, and I'm explaining it to them, but I don't know that they're getting what I'm trying to explain. But if you're at the gym and there is a weight on the floor, the point is not to just move the weight. Mm-hmm. The point is not to get a dolly in here and pick the weight up and then roll it over to some other place. The point is for you to pick it up.
Yeah.
Like you pick it up. The act of you picking up this heavy weight, something that you couldn't do before, you pick up this heavy weight, it's horrible and you might fail, and you move it to the other side of the room and then you put it down. You change.
Yep.
And that's what you want, is you change. But with this AI stuff, like nobody changes.
No.
And that's dangerous to me. With the songwriting, I mean, you look at somebody like John Foreman, who writes like 300 songs a year or something like that.
That guy is prolific.
He is, yeah. And
like those are the good ones that we get to hear.
Yes, that's right.
You
Yeah,
know,
there's a lot of stinkers.
How many crummy songs just never see the light of day?
That's exactly right. Yeah. So I've been watercoloring the last 3 years, and it's easy for me to just look at people online and say like, well, I stink. And there's some that are like okay, and some that are really bad that I just throw away. But I just truly love it.
Yeah.
And even if I never post it, or even if it never sees the light of day, like I truly, like I make it, And then the next morning, it's so much fun to watch. So it's just like, look, like I've made this. And sometimes they're horrible and scary, and sometimes they're actually okay.
Yeah.
But we're not doing that. We're not using that part of our brain for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of my fears, or whatever you want to call it. So there's this guy. He does church leadership stuff. His name's Kerry Newhoff, and he's talking about AI and sermon writing. And he's saying like, oh, AI's, and I mean I agree with him, but he's like, AI is okay for research, but AI is not okay to, like, you can't have it write your sermon.
Right.
But what I'm nervous about is when do people not care anymore? Where we just kind of don't care. We're just like, oh, everybody uses AI for everything. And then we just assume that every song is written from AI and everything is AI. And that's really scary to me.
I'm kind of predicting this with AI that, and again, I don't know how you're going to regulate, because AI is trying to advance to the point where it's indistinguishable from reality.
Oh yeah.
Can we all agree on that?
Oh yeah.
But I think especially in art and all art as a whole, I think there is a novelty in saying like, hey, look, this robot can tap dance, right?
Yeah.
But like nobody's going to go to a ballet of a bunch of robots.
Yeah.
And so I think
robot ballet. That's awesome.
Man.
Yes, in Vegas. Now in Vegas. Yeah.
So I think we might start to see curated, maybe, I would love to see this if Spotify is listening, curated playlists that are like 100% made by humans.
Yeah.
And I mean like not a MIDI keyboard playing the bass line.
Yeah.
Somebody on a bass playing them. And I don't know how you
awesome.
verify all that stuff.
Right.
But I think there's a large part of the population that would want to say, yes, I only want to listen to music that was made with humans.
Yeah.
Fingers, muscles, vocal cords, all that stuff, And the thing is though, like we have allowed a lot of that stuff to come in before, like synths and pad and all that stuff,
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of that stuff is simulating something that you could produce naturally. It's just a real pain in the butt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm even cool with like, okay, you got a synth that's simulating something, you can play that. But I think there's like, to know that a song was recorded by people, produced by a human, mixed by a person with ears.
Yeah.
And I got no problem with like, if I'm just running a demo, recording something, I'll throw it in Lander or something like that and just like do a fast master.
Let it do it.
Yeah. But that's just for me to like kind of put it in my car and listen to it and see like, do I like this?
Yeah.
And then when it's done, I'm going to send it to Sean or somebody that masters stuff for me. So
what if there were venues, sort of like an improv comedy club? What if there were venues where it was just like 100%, we're going to write a song together, just on the spot?
That would be awesome.
That would be really cool, yeah. And then at the end of the night, we're going to write 5 songs. We will have written 5 songs. And
then we're going to perform them.
Yeah.
And we'll have a live recording.
Yeah.
And you can buy it.
Yeah, where the audience actually is part of the songwriting.
Yeah. Snapshot of this is an evening of songwriting. That would be awesome.
That would be really cool. I have an idea, and I don't have time to do it, but it's an idea, and it would be pretty simple, I think. But it'd be cool to meet somewhere downtown in Abilene, and I don't know what we call it, but just my tentative title is like Human Secrets or Secrets for Humans. Mm-hmm. But the idea is that you get together and have like a backroom pizza, like at a restaurant.
Yep.
And 3 people stand up, or 5 people or whatever, just one at a time, and they will have rehearsed it, but just between 5 and 10 minutes, just tell a story, and there is no electronics allowed. Like there is not one recording thing in the room.
Yeah.
You can't wear an Apple Watch. You can wear a dumb watch. you can bring your keys. But
Yeah.
other than that, and maybe even like a analog camera.
You're talking about like a Dead Poets Society.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And you get up and you tell your story, and
Yeah.
you can choose any story in your life, sad, funny, weird, awkward, whatever.
Yep.
But you get up and you tell a story, and it would be great. And maybe it's not the best, but still, like it's and it's a secret away from all AI and all technology.
And the only record of it is in people's memory.
Yes, that's exactly right. Yeah. Arthur Brooks is out there talking about vacations, and he said that he tries not to take many pictures on vacation.
Yeah.
Or like there's five or 10 people, and only one person is a designated photographer for that day.
And you were limited by how many pictures were on a roll of film.
Yeah, exposures. That's exactly right.
So-
yeah, for sure. But now everybody, it's just,
A million.
and are you ever going to look at those pictures again?
Listen, I got a .mac account
Yeah.
in like 2001.
.mac.
When I tell like
Yes.
old school Apple people and they're like, what's
Yeah.
your email address? And it's like,
Like
blah, blah, blah at mac.com. They're like, whoa, you've been around for a while.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
So my iPhoto library, photos, whatever they call it now, has 37,000
Oh,
photos
100%. Yeah.
because it's 25 years
Yeah.
of photos.
That might be conservative too, compared to what most people are
Yeah.
taking now. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Now it's got a lot of memes in it.
There's a lot of memes and screen recordings that I send my family because they're not on social media, but I want to share the experience.
Yes.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And my photos are a catalog of everything,
Yeah.
Yeah. So with AI music, my fear is not only making the music, who will know?
Mm-hmm.
Because what you can do is you can make it write you a hook, and then you sing it.
Yeah.
And then the audience is who will care? Who will know? Who will care?
Right.
Do we care? And that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I hope, and they're talking about it with Hollywood, with movies.
Yeah.
We're going that way with all of those things.
Screenwriting.
Yeah. Yeah. All of those sorts of things. You're like, oh man. And then what's on the distant horizon is custom movies where you put in there's a whole screenplay or whatever, but you can define who your main character is.
Yeah.
Or you can be the main character. And that's pretty trippy.
Man, I feel like there's been really bad movies made to warn us.
Yes, there is.
Lots of books.
Yes.
Like,
don't do this.
Isaac Asimov wrote, all the iRobot stuff.
Yes,
and,
that's exactly right.
I mean, Ray Bradbury just littered the world with warnings.
Yeah. Have you read Dark Matter?
Who's
read
that?
this?
Who's that?
Blake Couch?
I think I have.
It's about like one of the main questions is, are you happy with your life? And there's this alternate reality that like there's a fork in the road where he kind of goes into his other self. It's really weird.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's familiar.
But all of those things are like, this is a bad idea. This is not good. And some people with AI, some people are like, oh, this is not a big deal. This is just like libraries or whatever. And then some people are like, this is the end of the world. And I tend to be maybe not the end of the world, but I'm like, this is not just like a library. This is not like digitizing the library.
No, it's like a train going downhill into a lake of laziness.
Yeah.
I
mean, truly, yeah.
I think that's really what it is because, some of the claims have been like, well, if it does all this, then it's going to be universal income for everybody. And like, that just speaks to like man's flesh tendency to be lazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's also this thing. I love screw tape letters. It's the one that I come back to all the time. I've always got it on in my truck, listening to it. And one of the things they talk about in there is there's like a guy who enjoys doing things. It's a buffer against temptation.
Yeah.
Because he just loves doing that thing. I mean, it can be a vice, but a lot of those things is like he loves to fish so much. Like I love to hunt so much that I don't want to jeopardize hunting.
Yeah.
So I want to like stay on the path of doing certain things.
Yeah, and it keeps you from doing other things.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And so that the art or the craft of whatever you're doing, like if we cede that over to AI, that's dangerous.
It is.
Yeah, for sure. If I want to talk about this, we got like about 10 or 15 minutes left. You said the starving artist. I think I don't know if I've ever heard anybody say this, but I want you to talk about it. You've said the starving artist is largely a myth. What do you mean by that?
I read that question and I thought, this is going to piss some people off.
Okay.
I think the starving artist is painting with wide brushstrokes.
Right.
The lazy artist.
Okay. Yeah.
Number one, you have to get out and work. And there's this thing about, like, as an artist, a lot of us are, creative types, and we're unorganized, and there's certain drama surrounding our lives. And I hear this all the time when I go play somewhere. They're like, man, we just really appreciate that you show up on time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because that's a problem.
And you do a good job, and you don't ask for a bunch of free stuff. And like I'm not famous. I'm not asking for anything free. And you're paying me to be here. Why would I ask for something free? I'm getting paid to be here.
Yeah.
I see being an artist as being a tradesman.
Okay.
My trade is music.
Yeah.
And so, if I was an electrician, I would not go out into an empty field looking for work. Right?
Right. Yeah.
So nor would I go into a place that's flooded with electricians.
Right. Yeah.
I would go look for work where there's a need.
Yeah.
And so, whatever your art form is, you need to have some sense of what does the market say about what I provide.
Yeah, for sure.
And if there's not a market for it, have enough self-awareness to say, well, I mean, I love this as an art form. Right. It's just not going to pay the bills. So I got to do something else to pay the bills.
Yeah. And you can still do that, but just understand that it might not pay. It's probably not going to pay the bills.
Yeah. And you can't blame that for your being hungry.
Right. Right. Yeah. There seems to be the trajectory, the way it usually works, you included, is you're working 8 to 5, and then you have an idea of you're going to do something artistic, and for a long time you're going to have to do both.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then maybe finally then you get to switch over and do the other thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, when I started the studio, I worked at UPS loading trucks for 2 years.
Yeah. And woke up at what time?
I was at work at 4:30 every morning, and then it got to peak season, around Christmas time, and it's 1 a.m.
Golly.
That's at work. Yeah. So, I'm up 45 minutes before that.
Already working.
Yeah.
Wow. That's incredible.
So, yes, I did the one thing to help my dream get its wings.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And if the studio thing would have, if 2 years would have gone by and that was still like a fledgling, I would have either said, okay, I got to keep working at UPS, or maybe this is not going to be a career move, so I'm going to have to pick something else.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm not going to starve.
Right. Just
I'm going to get out and work and do something.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
So,
yeah. So there's the line of, do I want to do this for a career? Or there's also the thing about, like, I just love this. Like, I just love the watercolor. Like, I don't, in fact, when you can also speak to this. When you start taking money for it, it changes your relationship with it.
Sure.
Yeah. There's this weird part of my brain. I was telling Ashley this yesterday. There's this weird part of my brain where I got paid to play acoustic guitar, and I still struggle with, like, playing acoustic is work. Like, it's going to work. It's the grind.
Yeah.
Playing electric is not work. And playing drums is really not work.
Yeah.
Playing drums is fun.
Right.
So much fun that I haven't played in a couple of years, but all through rehearsal, it's fun. It's still fun. Like a rehearsal can go on forever.
Right.
And it's great. Whereas acoustic, I'm just like, wrap it up. I'm good. We're good.
And here's the other thing, even as a musician, I think as an artist, this would apply. I did a lecture with the students here about the working musician.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, I'm a professional musician. What that means is for my job, I do music.
Yeah.
You know? So at some level, it's my profession.
Yeah.
But I don't do one thing.
True. Yeah.
I teach at Hardin Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
I teach at ACU. I teach at my studio.
Mm-hmm.
We help with a couple of different churches around town. I play at the Mill every week. I play private parties almost every weekend.
Yeah.
We have a farm. I sell eggs. You know, like I do a lot. There's a lot of income streams that are me being a musician.
You're like, listen, I sell eggs.
Yes.
Listen, I have a goat.
That is how it all works. It's the egg business.
The eggs.
That's
kids.
my
Yeah. Listen, I have a pet pig.
And the thing is, like, if I just did one of those,
Yeah. It wouldn't work.
it wouldn't work.
Yeah. True. Yep. Same here, man. Putting a bunch of different little things together to make it all make it all work. Yeah.
And listen, that to me, that's part of the fun of the human aspect. Like, you're like a hunter gatherer.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure. Yeah.
You know, Dave Ramsey talks about killing it and drag it back to the cave. Like,
Yeah.
that's the entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And like every artist has to have that mentality
Yeah.
of like, this is not going to happen unless I go out there and do it.
Yeah. If you have a 20-year-old guy, and he wants to play guitar or be a musician, what's the most important thing? What do you think? What trait do you give him? There are people who are very talented, and there are people who are guitar's not for them, probably.
Sure.
Yeah.
I teach some of them.
Yes.
Not really.
No.
They're coming along.
Yeah, that's good.
I don't have anybody right now that I'm like, you should not be here.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing good.
Yeah, that's good.
Man, it is like, that's I read that question. I was like, oh man, I don't know how to boil that down.
Yeah.
It's, it takes time.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been playing 35 years. It was probably year 7 when I started to be decent.
Yeah.
So that's like a long time of sounding bad.
Yes,
You know?
true. Yeah.
And I would never say this to a 20-year-old guy, but I would say in my head, you should have started 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah. It makes a huge deal to start at 13, 14, 15.
man, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
the rate at which some of my best students are like 11,
Yeah.
and they are like drinking from a fire hose, and they
Yeah.
retain almost all of it.
There was a guy a few years ago, and he was probably 35, and he was like, I'm gonna learn to play, and I'm gonna be like really good. And I thought, it's too late, because you even at that stage of life, you simply cannot compete with an 11-year-old.
No,
with
you don't have
with
the
the amount of time. Yeah,
No.
you don't have time. An 11-year-old, if they get really serious about it, they can neglect YouTube and Minecraft and Fortnite.
They can
just
put
dive
in 3 or 4 hours.
every day.
Yeah,
That's
and
exactly
no
right.
adult that I know can do that.
That's exactly right. Yeah, it's incredible.
I taught a guy. Okay, he was somehow there's some kind of inheritance or trust or something. He was
Okay.
wealthy,
Yeah.
young, like 25,
Okay.
and he didn't work,
Yeah.
and that's what he said.
Wow.
And he could not find the time to practice.
Wow.
The
Interesting.
energy and time.
Wow. Interesting.
And so, like, there's something about. So, what would I tell this 20-year-old? I would say, number one, you should have started 10 years ago.
It's over for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
But if you want to make up time, like, it's got to be priority. And I tell my students, you have to practice a majority of the days of the week.
Yeah.
So that means 4 or more.
Yeah.
And the most important days to practice are the day of your lesson and the day after your lesson.
Yeah.
Your lesson does not count as practice time.
Yeah.
That's when you're learning. Then you go home that evening and you practice, and you do it the next day and you practice. That's how you're going to retain.
Like pattern it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really 2 or 3 days after your lesson, those are the most important days.
Yeah.
And a majority of the days, and as soon as you get calluses, you should be practicing 30 minutes to an hour a day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
But nobody has that time. That's
I know,
the problem.
yeah.
I mean, it is a problem that, like, we are so we're so busy with so many things and so many just distractions that the time to put into it's not there.
Why does it feels like social media is doing something? Like we feel like we're doing something, but if you do something, like you're doing something, that's great. It's like playing guitar is way better.
Yeah.
Way better than that.
I feel like social media is going to be one of those things that we look back on, 50 years from now, and it'll be like all the things that America's done wrong or that the world has done wrong. And we're like, golly, why didn't we see that? We were all in.
We were in.
And everybody did it. And even like people in the church thought it was good.
Yeah.
And they all did this.
Yeah.
And they were totally wrong.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to say that about social media.
I hope so. Yeah. I heard the story. I know you got to go in a second. I heard the story about how they choose those TSA dogs. Like the dogs that can smell vegetables or whatever, contraband that you're not supposed to bring.
Yeah.
And they said it's not the smartest, it's the most excited. The dog that's most excited about the task is the one they choose. Because it has just like unlimited energy from like, oh, okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I have one of those dogs. Okay, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And so
whatever you want to do.
I know, that's right. Let's go. And so I think that's really true for your craft. If you're interested in it, that will carry you so far.
Yeah.
Whereas even if you're good, you've probably seen people who are good but aren't interested in it, and it doesn't carry them that far.
Yeah, and you got to be interested in it for more than just like
for a long time,
like recognition and
yeah.
Like, oh yeah, he's good at the guitar. It's like got to be for you at some level. Like, I want to be when I play something by myself and I get it for the first time. There's like this little notification that goes off in my spirit. You know?
That's awesome.
It's like, oh, that was cool.
Yeah,
you worked.
Yeah.
And this happened.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. Okay, we're wrapping up. What do you want to plug? What do you got for us?
Like farm fresh eggs or
well, you can. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Wild goats.
Yes.
Just kidding. Yeah.
No, I like domesticated goats.
Domestic goats. Okay.
I mean,
a book, a craft, an activity? I don't know.
I think what I want to plug is like we need to not be afraid of doing things that are hard.
Yeah.
Michelle coined this phrase. She didn't coin it. She just said it this year, and it's been something that in our family we repeat to each other when things are difficult, and it's just, I can do hard things.
Yeah.
And we tend to shy away from hard things.
Yeah.
And so learning an instrument, learning a craft, when I learned how to weld, it was hard. I was like, do they call it stick welding because the electrode sticks to the metal every time and I can't get rid of it, But I got to where I could strike an arc and weld something.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I think we need to push into things that are difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. We kind of have the idea that if it's tough, then it must be wrong. And that's not the case.
No.
Because you might be in the exact right spot.
Yeah.
Even if it's tough. Yeah.
Yeah. If it's hard, if you see somebody doing something well and you're like, I want to learn how to do that,
Yeah.
and you realize like, ooh, that's hard.
Yeah.
Then it means it's probably worthwhile.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. All right. Matt Ellis, we
There
did
you
it.
go.
We're
Yeah.
right at an hour. Thanks for coming by.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.